Our mission at My Veteran Passion MVP is to elevate awareness of veterans' mental health. Through both physical and virtual platforms, we empower our nation's warriors and continue the battle against veteran suicide to ensure a smooth transition for veterans into civilian life while preserving the camaraderie they cherished during their service. Through diverse events, social and virtual gatherings, we provide connections, resources, benefits, and education.
And as I've
Strong bodies harbor resilient minds. Your support unleashes the true potential of these national heroes. Stand with us in nurturing success and creating a positive environment for mental and physical health alike.
My Veteran Passion is a 501c3 federally recognized nonprofit designed to help the community's mental health through physical fitness and virtual gatherings to aid veterans in transition to their local communities and prevent veteran suicide. The views expressed by individuals are individual ideas. MVP does not condone the use of sexist, racist, or discriminatory statements or remarks. This is an adult conversation.
All right, let's see what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. There I am. Let's see what else.
Two-factor authentication.
Oh, let me close the door behind me. I'm sorry. Rams. Banana bread, bro?
Hell yeah.
Yo, we got the ladders in the house. That's what's up. Whoop, whoop, whoop. What's up, Conejito? How you doing, big doggy?
What's going down?
It's
What are
going
you guys up
down.
to?
You know what? It's a beautiful Wednesday. We've all had, hopefully, a good morning. We're about to make it better, but we're also going to be talking this whole week. We've been talking about PTSD, or PTS as some people know it. Identifying some of the symptoms. It was Monday, and then today we're going to bring up some of those stories, like of trial, tribulation, success. And if you want to share a story that is, still what we call pending, because everyone's healing is not on the same, some of us heal slower, some of us heal faster. So sometimes allowing to tell us, hey, I don't know how to do this yet, but I'll figure it out. Some people at times would like to, and if you want someone to comment on it, let us know. If someone's like, hey, this is what's going on, I don't need a comment, this is what I'm going through. That's cool. We appreciate everything that everyone says, because PTSD is a hard thing to talk about. It's so hard that, I mean, a lot of people end up killing themselves because they don't want to talk about things, and it eats them up. And I just don't want to say veterans or active duty, because there's also veteran supporters that deal with a lot of stuff. PTSD is not just about that combat trauma, that, marriage, divorce, losing a child.
Yeah.
All that creates traumas. Like I said, even sometimes getting in a car crash and not even being able to drive, that's something.
Agreed.
I mean, go ahead.
Oh no, I was agreeing with you. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, PTSD like it
Yeah.
can come from any.
And then, some of those trials and tribulations, like Conejo holding a pen. We know he can't write, but he's dribbling, scribbling. So like, it's a success story right there. No, but on all seriousness, as we try to bring this light to this very dense topic, um, I hope everyone can share and hopefully everyone can support one another. Because again, this is a tough topic. Not everyone's story is gonna be the same. I mean, it could be where I fell off a ledge backwards. Now I can't even go touch a ledge. Like, and then eventually, hopefully, I'll lean on a ledge again. Because you feel comfortable enough where the possibility of that happening is like slim to none. And give me a second. Sorry. He hears stuff and left the window open. I like to. In Arizona, like when it's really hot and then in the morning it gets cool, when the sun starts coming up, it actually gets cooler and like fresher. And like I love that feeling. It's what reminds me of home too. But yeah. Hola, Carito.
Hola,
How's it?
Daddy. Happy birthday.
How we doing?
I'm doing really good. No voy a poner la camera. I just
Fuimos al
left
gym?
Templo. So
Nice.
I'm so glad that I'm catching you guys today. I missed you on Monday. I forgot that we had switched the time.
We
And at
have.
9th already, we get no.
Yeah,
It's good.
bro.
It's good. Hey, is this time working better for everybody?
Hmm, 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 hmm. I mean, I like to see Conejo like working and not driving. It makes me a little concerned. So that's a plus
But
already.
I'm a driver for work. What are you talking about? Like when you see me driving, I'm working.
That's irrelevant. But yeah, a lot of us have our own stories, trials and tribulations, from a soldier at war to at times a single mother trying to make it with their kids. You know, it's all that can create traumas. There's a lot more traumas out there that people that I know of people, but like I don't, even though they've said it openly. It's better when I feel like people can use their own words, because I can be the storyteller, but you won't be coming better with details than the dragon's mouth. You know what I mean? Um, and to me, honestly, like it's a little sensitive to me. What's up, Mercu? How we doing? Um, because of the content. We go through stuff, and sometimes we don't heal. Sometimes we do. I realized on Monday that I'm still healing. um, you know, it happens sometimes. You have a salty sailor talk or a morning mix that impacts you a little bit more than most. And I didn't expect Monday to impact me, and so um, it made me a little emotional. It made me a little bit pensive. And the one thing that you do need from everything that we do when it comes to healing is the support of those that love you, or those that want to see you get better and go through what you need to go through. You know, um, yeah. When it comes to, and I thought about it because it's not only the military part of it. Some of us have childhood traumas, and taking them little bit by little bit and saying like, oh, this is why I'm like this. Okay, this is so this trauma created something similar to this. And because there's like not every behavior is depicted as so, but there's research done behind it that allows people to um, guesstimate that.
I think it also allows you to learn or understand why maybe some other people do things as well, why they operate. Instead of getting angry, I've started to look at people's background or past that I currently know about them. And if there's bad behavior, I try to associate it with that because, and not that that's, they have something wrong with them. It's just that's where they're coming from. Their perspective is skewed by their own experiences. And if I don't understand their perspective, then I don't understand why they're acting the way they're acting. So it shows more, I try and be more compassionate. So not just learning from my own experiences about why I do things, but learning why other people might do things and act the way they do. It helps me give more compassion and grace to people and myself as well.
Um, when it comes to being compassionate and like people say, giving yourself grace, I think it's a little bit harder on most men because of what we're supposed to be in society, coming from the military, transitioning into the community, and how we are seeing what we know, and how come at times we can't reach that even though we're trying. um it's hard to depict a way where sometimes us as veterans coming into the civilian side can trust what's going on, because things are not working, and sometimes we turn into our friends to help us out, but there's other resources out there available that we should be okay with using. But if it wasn't like for example, if it wasn't for people like Carito and Plum here, um it'd be for harder for me to, like, I don't know, feel like there is kind people out there, you know. Plum has helped me a lot understand certain things that I really I was like, oh, so A because of B. Okay, click now, you know? That's because my perception was skewed.
I have friends who did the same for me, so I feel like I'm just passing it along.
Yeah, and
Passing along the knowledge and journey.
I love that because that's what we want to do. This is what we want to push and be part of the motto for MVP is that, hey, help the guy, help the girl or guy next person next to you. Help the person next to you. It doesn't cost anything, like just give a helping hand. I'm not saying to, like I said, it feels good to help. If you have some knowledge or a wealth of knowledge that other people can utilize. Um, with us, when we say BAMSes, when we play Call of Duty or whatever, only certain people know what BAMSes is. Um, Anybody remember what BAMSes is? It's begin reconnaissance, ar- arrange reconnaissance, make reconnaissance, issue order, supervise.
You forgot the C.
What's the C?
Begin, arrange, make. Oh
Complete.
my gosh. Is it complete? I can't
One way to
remember.
find out.
Forever. I
Fun
have a
Fact
terrible memory.
Friday. Here we come. Fun Fact Friday. Debunk Doc on Friday. Coordination. Marine Zombie comes through. Marine Zombie says, or avoid knocking out your neighbor. Shrug. I don't know. Yeah, he's coordination. So Bansis to see his coordination. Okay, appreciate that, brother. And that can be applied to what we do now in the civilian sector. Um, but how? How does that apply for your daily life? that transition, that process of changing that information, that 5 paragraph order, that salute, whatever the acronym of the, what we were doing, to switch it to what we do now, sometimes that can create some anxieties, some depression, because you don't know how to, it's like you're speaking Chinese and you're supposed to be speaking English, but you think you're speaking English, but it's actually coming out as Chinese. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. It does. It's hard to translate your feelings into languages. I understand what you're saying. And everyone does it differently and everyone speaks a different language and you have to understand every person's language. That's like being in a relationship, right? When you get with somebody, you have to learn their love languages. So again, everyone's experiences are skewed by their own perspectives. Or their perspectives are skewed by their own experiences. So you have to learn, hey, why are you maybe doing this?
Yeah. And talking about relationships, that can be big triggers right there. I mean, my prior relationships in itself, for a reason, they're prior, like what happened or how it goes or the lack of connection or whatever it was, it left a bitter or sour taste in my mouth. And I don't mean just me, but like in anyone's prior relationship, that sometimes it's hard to look at a person when they're um, reenacting behavior that you seen before, and now all you can think about is what happened before and seeing it happen in front of you. So you already feel like you've depicted, okay, what's next? Because why? I've been through this already. I don't want to do this again. Or, oh, I know what's next. I'm excited for this. It could work both ways. But again, talking about, hey, Munda, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Morning Mix, talking about PTSD and how it affects people. Um, we're just trying to share stories here and there.
Thanks
And
for joining the fight.
thank you for joining the fight. But
Doc, you were talking about BAMSIS earlier, and I'll tell you one that I really like as well is OODA loop. I love that meaning behind that phrase OODA loop. OODA, then it's a loop.
mhm.
And basically, what it is you orientate yourself to the or you observe the situation. You orientate yourself to the situation. You decide on what you're going to do, and then you act on it. And once you act on it, that's going to change that current situation. And so then that loop starts all over again because now you have to observe what you're in your new environment or the new thing that happened. Orientate yourself to that, decide if you want to continue on that path or decide if you want to change that, and then act upon it. And then it's just a loop and it just goes right back over to observe. So if you really think about it, it's just a constant flowing of just making yourself aware and orientate yourself to the situation. So that way you're not going in there blind. You're not going in there to where, you're going to be caught off guard. You're observing, you orientate, you decide on your actions, and then you back that up with your actions, and it just goes right back around to it. And I heard people say whenever I first got into the Marine Corps, and uh, uh, I didn't really understand it until I had a combat hunter course and we were talking about it, and that's something that's really just to me has always kind of stuck out.
I think the higher you go in the military, when you're doing these, like yourself, these special courses, um, your special operations, or you're doing this specialties where you have high intensity within, if you look at some of the training that the military offers with that, they also talk to you about resilience. But it's really hard to like navigate about it because what you're saying is true. Like now if we apply that to, you know, let's say relationships, right? Like you observe behaviors and stuff like that you had and you've seen and you're like, I don't want that. Like I know what's happening. I don't want this loop again. So you're observing it, and then you're like, I don't know if I want this. But would that be a positive or a negative from um, learning, because you're not giving the opportunity, or you're giving yourself the opportunity to not go through the same pain?
I think you're saying, is it wrong for me to set boundaries about what I don't want in a relationship? Is that the question?
Um, Not boundaries, but would you, like, without a doubt, people should have boundaries, but if your left and your right lateral limit, or those boundaries that you have, you might not be able to see something that you should be seeing because of your limitations, because of,
Oh,
you know,
so you're basically saying, should I judge people based on my past experiences?
yeah, to an extent. I mean, isn't that something that is learned behavior, or sometimes can create that trauma? I think so. I
I
mean,
kind of
I feel, I feel like it does. You know what
I
I
need to
mean?
think about that one.
Like, it hits here, and I'm like, no, to me it does. That's why I said it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, same.
What's up, Pep Boy?
no, no. I was just, I mean, it's. I think the boundaries will help you throughout. I mean, like it's kind of hard because of past experiences. That's a trick bag you can easily get in if you're consistently trying to on past experiences, and you're going forward and judging or immediately assessing the situation due to something else in the past. That's great because you're learning and you put up some barriers on yourself to where you're not going to get hurt. You're not going to, get taken advantage of or anything else. But at the same time, every new situation is exactly that. It's a new situation. So you got to find that happy balance between making sure that you're not hurting yourself and learning from your past mistakes or your past hurts or anything else. But at the same time, being welcoming and understanding to other people or other situations that may be similar to a bad past experience. But now that you have gone through it one time, and you've learned, you've grown, and you set that boundary to make sure you don't get hurt or anything else going forward. I think the boundaries are exactly what you said earlier, are absolutely key for establishing that and making sure that you're not slipping back down into that rut.
It's tough because as we bring this topic today. What's up, Lit? How you doing, my man? We're talking about PTSD this whole week, and on Monday we talked about some of the symptoms, some of the information that was going on. I love that logo too, no lie. And then today we're trying to share some stories of positive affirmation, something that we learned that it helped us, some things that might hinder us as examples, but sometimes some stories that we share, we haven't healed yet. And we're learning that as we go. And sometimes we just need to say it out because we're stuck.
Yeah. Um, that's I've kind of recently experienced that. I used to really be, and I think I've talked about this previously on Monday. Like my grandmother was like a huge hoarder, right? And I used to just look at it as like selfishness, shopping addiction. It wasn't until recently, like a couple months ago, and she's passed away last year, that I realized it was because she had a very traumatic experience happen to her and never dealt with the mental health ramifications. And instead of helping her, I was very judgmental, and because I was frustrated, right? Like, why can't you just let stuff go? Like, why do you have to keep But I feel really bad because I didn't think of it. So I think we're always learning. And we may go back to past situations in our life and be like, oh, I probably was a lot harsher there than I should have been, because we're all learning every day.
I mean, there's it's something that I said when I was very young, and I said it to someone that was a little bit older, and he laughed at me. He's like, "Well, okay," and he just basically shrugged me off, and I was like, whatever. Like I said, I was living a fast life. I'll say that. And he said, like, yeah, this is what's happening. I said, wow, that old? I said, I don't know if I'll make it there, and if I do, I don't know if I want to be there. Like, I don't know if I'll. And I think I was like 23. And that's just me being ignorant. 23-year-old, ignorant, pretentious, bullet, no bullet can touch them type of mentality that we get in the military. Um, to this day, that still haunts me, thinking like how pretentious. I can't be that way anymore. Like, I'm embarrassed of myself thinking I said that to a friend. Um, but it's about that grace. It's about learning, like, hey, um, there will be more of this. There will be more of these learning experiences for you to have to not go through these experiences anymore,
Or to help other people.
or to help other people go through them.
May I add?
Of course.
Okay. So, even just throughout the conversation since I logged in, I took a few notes since we're talking about PTSD, boundaries, compassion, and gracefulness. Todo eso.
Mm-hmm.
So just as I wasn't here on Monday, but just based on what you're saying, it just this weekend in particular came in mind, but it's happened quite often, no? Just about like boundaries. I'm gonna put my daughter for example. So she experienced trauma. I think as a family, as a unit, we did, and now she's at a point where she's processing it, processing all of this. In addition to that, she's a teenager, and so with PTSD, the way that it affects, or I suppose the way that it's presenting in our lives is just learning. Okay, my daughter this weekend, we were in San Diego. We're gonna go SeaWorld, all that stuff. Very good. On Saturday, which was the big day when we have so many things planned, she completely switched. She changed. That's mental health. I recognized it immediately because she's my daughter. We've been working through this for a while, and just this year, I've been learning a lot about mm, I suppose mental health and raising a child with it, in addition to me working on myself. She started saying, things that before me, I would put as a boundary for myself to not want to receive or even allow her to open that space to speak to me about very difficult stuff. Why? Because I myself was going through my own healing. So, learning and growing and becoming, I suppose, healthier, being more compassionate and graceful to myself has allowed for me to be able to also do that for her. When she started speaking, talking about her, first, I just thought she was lazy and didn't want to get up because she's a teenager. But then she started, throwing things out like, she mentioned her struggles to sleep because these are all the memories, and it took so long. I mean, I'm telling you, it took almost 3 hours with her, so for her to finally get it out, to just get out. And she mentioned the specific memory, I suppose, the flashback that kept replaying over and over in her mind, that wasn't letting her sleep, and it was what really was affecting her, which is something very good because it means that she's processing it. She finally voiced it out instead of keeping it inside of her. That created a trigger for me, and in that moment, I had to be very compassionate and graceful to myself, be very strong, and be there to support her. So I suppose boundaries change a lot. There's times when we put boundaries on ourselves. Like, for instance, me, I was putting boundaries to protect myself. Now, in situations, in like for my daughter, it's like I can't just shut her off or just send her or hospitalize her or whatever. I suppose learning that taking care of ourselves and our loved ones with mental health, we can't always just shut it off. In my case, in my situation, I can't always just shut it off, or say, I'm not ready for this because I need to take care of myself. Sometimes in me, I think I view it as just growth and having to really stand strong, and maybe switch around boundaries a little bit and learn why I'm putting these certain type of boundaries, because some are just to protect myself, and because we don't need this in our lives, and other times they're just boundaries because I'm too scared and I can't really face things. ¿Verdad?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you hit it right on the nail, the head. Because I was thinking, like, as you were saying that, seriously, I was imagining myself, because as you said that, I was thinking in my head, like, all right, well, what about if anyone's heard the terminology of moving the goalpost, so how much boundaries do you have until, like, you allow a boundary to go, and next thing you know, it's overwhelmed and it's not what you wanted to do, but maybe it was something that would be good for you to do. So literally, I picture myself like in a bubble, moving anywhere and everywhere, because my boundaries are like very consistent to me, and I can see other things and just say, "Ha, thank you, no, thank you," or you know what I mean, like. But what you're
Yeah.
saying, and the dynamic of having to take care of someone with, traumas, and you healing in itself, it's it's a tough dynamic, Thank you for sharing. Absolutely, it was, and and like you said, while you're going through it, we're learning as well. Because I would have never thought what you said is, but have I been in that place, or have some of us been in a place where, you know what, this something happened, I don't want to do anything. Why? Because I just don't. You just shut down until you feel like, all right, let's bring the plant back up, because you felt like you needed to. Um,
Well, I have a rule. If I
yeah,
want to throw a pity party, I got 24 hours, one day. That's it. I lay in bed, I be mopey, and the next day I get up and I deal with whatever the problem is. Usually by half a day, I'm ready to deal with the problem. But I'm not going to make myself think about it. I'm not going to make myself figure it out. I will figure it out. There's 24 hours is not going to change much. I mean, in most circumstances.
Hashtag pity party day. I'm gonna put that out there when I take one.
Yes.
yeah. I mean, to me, my biggest like anxiety type of thing is when I have more questions than people have answers, because I know the answer's there. It's just being hidden. That bothers me so much, because then my mind races, and when my mind races, I don't put people in the light they should be. I start categorizing people on the experiences I've had prior. Does that make sense? Um,
Yes.
it's like you're wasting my time. That's the most valuable thing I have, and I'm giving you this exclusivity, and this is what you're doing. Like, that to me is like, so it's like when I start having more questions, then I know that there's answers, and those answers don't want to be. It's when, like, all right, power plant off. Have to stop a little bit. Like you said, um, I give myself that pity party, but I try to last it. I try to make it last like an hour, but I've noticed that sometimes, all right, I'm not gonna say anything, and next thing you know, 5 hours later, I'm doing the same thing, and complaining about the same thing and taking no action. That's the biggest one for me. Is if I have a PTSD, is of seeing something and not doing something about it in order to change it for a comfortable scenario for myself.
You want to address it immediately. You want it corrected immediately.
I do.
You don't want to wait. Yeah. But do you ever find yourself like maybe going a little harder than you would have if you would have waited?
Absolutely.
So maybe if you
That's
wait,
yeah,
you
that's
find the
exploded on
balance,
my
right?
face. Yeah, multiple
Yeah.
times. Like, too fast, bro. But
You're like, I
wait, that
wasn't
sounded weird.
wrong, but I went a little harder than I
Yeah,
should have. I
yeah,
should have taken.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
but like, and it's one of those. It's like, well, you're already running with the ball. You might as well keep running. Like, when do
yeah.
you stop or do you slow down or? And that's my thing. Like, even though if I'm wrong, I'm gonna be loud and wrong, because if that's the case, I'm gonna learn from this. I'm not just gonna be like, all right, well, I'll do it again next time and just continue doing the same thing. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to be better for a better community. If I'm not doing good, eventually that will replicate in the community, and that's what it is. To me, that's what it is. I see ourselves in a. I'm not gonna use the word extrapolation. In a way with every single one of them. I don't know where I heard. I think it was something we were watching in Louisville, where the guy says like, everyone has a little bit of light in them. But make sure that before you tap into their light, they can see yours. To me, that was powerful.
Yeah.
And I think it was when me and Fat Boy were just hanging out in the couch, chilling. It's little things like that that, like, to me, capture my attention. Like, the little thing, and next thing you know, like, it starts building on something, and that is a very nice thing to say, because sometimes we come into a conversation or something all high and mighty, not knowing that you might be stepping on people when you do that, and now you want to do something good, but it looks like you've done things bad, but in your mentality you're doing it good, right? So again, it's learning experiences. To me, like, those are things that, either a success story, or like, I'm still working on stuff. That's the toughest thing to say, is like, I don't know, but here I'm trying, and I hope everyone can take a little bit of that rhetoric, where if you don't know, it's okay, but just keep trying. I mean, what was it Edison said, for the light bulb, that he found 1,000 ways how the light bulb doesn't work.
Yeah. So being successful is just being unsuccessful continuously until you're successful. It's plan A, it's plan B, it's plan C. You're wrong until you're not wrong. It's not yesterday wasn't the day before that, and the day before that, but that doesn't mean tomorrow or the next day. And if you stop, then you're never going to be successful.
I've never heard that analogy before. Which one? I sometimes
The
like.
light bulb.
Oh,
It's like all the different ways that a light bulb doesn't work.
yeah. Like, hey, guess what? Don't do it this way. It doesn't work. But hey, if you do it this way, boop, we got light.
I think you butchered that saying. That's not.
You
It's
Yay!
very
close,
much
but I don't
did.
think that's
I
how it's
mean, I
supposed to
wasn't
be.
going to say anything.
Pretty sure that
I
it's
was hoping someone
1,000
was
ways
saying.
not to make a light bulb.
I like
They,
it, and I heard it
uh,
wrong.
And he got it right.
then call it a paraphrase.
By deciding to stick a key on a rope and playing in the storm.
Thomas Edison said, I failed my way to success.
I think that a lot of us can really connect to failure, because success is few and far apart. So that's why.
Everyone technically should be able to relate to success. Or to failure. I'm sorry.
And success too. But
You said most of us, but everyone. I'd like to think everyone with a brain in their head at some point has had an I wish moment or a ooh, I can do just to be proved wrong.
yeah.
Hey,
Um,
remember, Tom Brady was the 6th-round draft pick. I'm just saying.
what was it? The
No one cares about Tom Brady.
199th pick?
199th pick.
That's crazy.
Tom Brady. Look how many Super Bowls that man has won, and they picked him 199. Do you know the only reason that he even got to start was because the star quarterback, who's now a nobody, hurt himself,
Damn.
and he got the opportunity. It was he failed until he failed his way to success. He didn't stop. He didn't stop training. You know, he could have gotten on that team, slacked off, and just made his little bit of money and shoveled his way out of the NFL. But he stayed, he trained, and when it was his opportunity, when opportunity presented itself, he was ready for it.
What was that saying about luck? It's when
Oh yeah, the luck and success quote.
I don't know. I was thinking more of like luck is when opportunity meets determination.
Preparation.
Preparation. There we go.
Success is when opportunity means preparation.
That's what she said.
Stay ready. Stay ready, folks. No, but if you're striving for something, obviously, like it's a want that you want, that you have. You should be well versed on what should be next, right? What's up, Seville? Appreciate you, my man. Um, it's hard not to think of it and think, yo, I've been successful now. Like failure to me, it's like that sucks. I mean, I can tell you how many times I've won in Call of Duty, but I can't tell you how many times I lost. There's too many of them, you know? But all those big L's that we took, yeah, prepared us for putting Jay in the middle of it and having clutch it all, you know, whatever. That's the strategy now, you know, but it's when you're prepared for a situation. Sometimes you can't be prepared for those situations. Sometimes those situations you're not prepared for is what causes traumas and those anxieties, those behaviors that we're talking about that we spoke about on Monday that create um, ripples in your social, personal, working relationship. And we're trying to change that rhetoric, and be as highly productive as Rojo, that type of stuff, killing it.
Impossible.
You see, like he's like that big of a competitor. He's like impossible. You can't get to that level, bruh. No, but there's uh, there's a lot that comes with experience, and some of it is trauma. When you join the official that some of us joined in the military, it's in a time of war at times. It's very probable that we're going to see our buddies die. You might be holding your buddy when he dies. That shit is traumatic. It might be where your buddy's going on a mission and you're the only one that survived it. That can create ripples in your life. But out of those ripples, there's success stories.
Out of those ripples, there's butt dipples.
Yeah,
I mean,
from those signs, there's cosines. And from every down, there's an up. And when there's an up, you gotta understand, like, we're gonna go on a roller coaster. And it's okay. Hang on, enjoy the ride, and learn. Don't punch anyone in the face unless they try to do that to you. Or you're training like we do today on Wednesdays. But it's all about trying to understand yourself, because fucking PTSD hurts. It fucking sucks. Sorry for cussing. It's just it's you don't have to be in the military to have those traumas, to understand that there's pain, mental pain. June has a lot of meaning for a lot of people, and we put a lot of meaning to those months. It's also Mental Health Awareness Month for men, specifically for men, because of the staggering statistic of how many men kill themselves every day. Obviously, compared to the uh, to genders. Um,
I think
how
it's because there's no like men's only like Disneyland.
uh, there is reports that show and research that shows that taking a little time off with like that helps out. You know, that's why we do the Memorial Weekend events because that it's revitalizing, it's refreshing. Um, it gives people inspiration. Yeah, can't wait for next year there, Limp.
Yeah, it's going down. It's gonna be cray.
Yep.
Don't touch me inappropriately. What?
Nope, I didn't hear that because I will. I mean, what?
Oh yeah.
And Jay, don't you dare forget. That's the creepiest shit ever, bro. That's so cool. uh, dapper, my friend. Dapper. Rather dapper. But yeah.
I'm gonna be front, center, and present, hanging from John's beard.
It's gonna be a good time, definitely, because we'll have these. You know, there's a lot of MVP members in Florida, and they're gonna come out of the woodworks. You know, I'm excited because I have a lot of friends that are amazing people that are out there, and if you
You
don't
don't have friends.
in low places,
He pays money for it.
yeah, yeah. He said he subs to people. That's why he has friends.
Yeah.
Oh, good times. Bullet, where you been, bro? All of a sudden, like you were under construction, or what was happening with that? Was it the
Yeah.
logo or what?
The logo was under construction, but I had to go on a traveling trip to the North Carolina. My
Oh, did you raise up?
eldest,
Did you
he made
like a
he
helicopter?
graduated to the high school.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah. I went to go be one of those parents in the audience, threatening everyone's lives.
That's my
Like, you
son.
stand
That's
back.
my
I got a
son.
high schooler on my hand. Yep. It was a great time, though. He still sleep. They sleep for a long time, these kids do.
If I ever get to be a father, I will be that annoying person that like everything. Why? Because my mom did it and I hated it, so now I'm doing it to you.
Sounds
And
about right.
yeah,
That's why I do most of the things I do.
yeah. It's like, yeah, here you go. I'm gonna shower you with love. Feel it. Ah. Not used to that. Not used to that. Feels weird. Why not end the generational trauma? Because that's a good trauma, I think. Like, here you go, love. Ah. I just didn't know what to do with it. So I was like, stop. A lot of us are that way, you know, teens, right? Um, I don't know, Limp. I don't. Wait, I wanted to ask you. Sorry, how it goes, you know, like squirrel. Um,
Mm-hmm.
did you do your logo?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
You made your logo.
Yes.
That's a
There's a lot
great
of
logo.
I've been doing a lot of actually right now I'm working on John's.
And what are you gonna do, John?
He gave me a list of his prime
Sorry.
time happiness, what he wanted to see.
D-
And
uh-huh.
I'm clicking away over here. I'm like do 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 do.
I will say, Jay, there was a I was watching y'all play Destiny, and since you were on the loaded screen for fucking ever, I saw a image there that reminded me of this.
Yes. I was thinking the same exact thing. I was like, does Doc not know he has the Warlock tattoo, like symbol tattooed on him? Like, That's from Destiny, bro. Why does that
Oh
not
yeah.
say
How did
Destiny?
I
You said
not know that?
complete.
That's from Destiny. Oh man.
Doc's a Warlock main, but doesn't play
That's
Destiny anymore? I'm so confused.
what is life? Like that one little guy is like this. Yeah, man. I saw it. I was like, no way. So I started updating mine. So it's updating. It's updating. So yeah. Fling, she'll be happy to hear that I will be doing the damn thing. So next time she comes in, we can slay for shout. Not just wait there. Like she said, like we were waiting on you. I know what I was doing. I need a Sherpa. Vapi was helping me. No, but I want to try a keyboard and mouse. I just don't have the appropriate setup for it. Like my mouse is up here, my keyboard is down here.
For which game?
For shooters,
Oh, okay.
you know, because I'm used to controller.
Yeah.
I'm old school.
Keyboard mouse a love-hate thing.
Which games are better for those? I mean, like the ones like StarCraft. You know, I like that.
Yeah.
I know the hotkeys already. Like beep 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 beep. Plum taught me a lot of those, which was cool. And then she yelled at me, and then I stopped playing with her. But whatever.
Listen, bro. You look. Okay, I don't know what happened. It was StarCraft. I get so nervous when I'm like just build, and you're like I can't. We both panicked.
I was like, I'm just gonna grab my little guy and run around. So embarrassing. But yeah, everyone, really appreciate y'all for being here. It's been, you know, great to see people here that, you know, with this time change, it really helps them a little bit more. Have a badass day, everyone. Heading into work. Man, love you, fat boy. Really appreciate you, brother. MVP, baby. Co-founder right there. Right there. And we continue doing
I
this.
love you.
I love you too, baby.
No, what is this our morning mixer? I'm not gonna lie. I was like, everyone's in there. I didn't get the memo. I was like, I'm gonna go in here.
Yeah, no, we switched it to 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern time. And then
Shut your mouth.
for Rizzles.
So now I could just wake up and be like, I'm gonna have morning happiness with everyone. I'm gonna set a camera up outside.
And I will
Just
request from you,
steps.
can you make a logo for me, Big Doggy?
After you're done making all my stuff.
Yeah, I was like, when I'm done working on his, but I'm getting ready to send I'm gonna send
Oh, good. You're
a
making
pre-shot
J
to.
one.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to send Jay a pre-shot now.
Don't worry.
That's awesome.
There's a lot more stuff that I need made as well. So
Jade Maid says, it's actually in the morning for me now.
He needs sub badges, and he also needs bit badges while you're there.
Lips like, damn it! I should have shut my mouth. I should have said I bought this.
It looks really good.
I paid for that one. Yeah, no,
It looks really good. You did a great job.
Yeah, I was like, man, that is awesome. It looks great. Absolutely, it does.
Announcement.
Yes, sir.
Bob said that he would make a what is it called in Destiny? Not a guild.
Like a clan?
Clan?
Yeah. He said he would make a clan for us as the MVP folks if we got enough people together.
Define enough.
I'm guessing he would like to have enough people to try and attempt raids with. I think.
I want clan.
What's a number for that? You know?
I think there is already an MVP clan.
Is there?
Yeah, I'm in it.
Whoop whoop!
If Doc ever played, then he'd for sure created a clan.
Probably.
I think Z actually created it.
Z does.
Oh, that makes sense. I forgot he played Destiny.
Yeah.
Shout out to Z, wherever he be.
Oh, he just did the coolest video. He put it on his personal Facebook. I don't know if it's public, but it was really good.
Man.
So happy and excited for his card shop. I was really proud of him.
Yeah. I love his energy when he gets excited. It's like a little like jumping ball. It's so awesome. Love me some Z. But everyone,
between the two I just sent you, in fact, one or two.
Oh, let me check after the morning mix. Let me check after the morning mix.
no, we want to see him, bro.
No, I don't want to leave DMs. I'm not about to leave DMs on
You know he's
stream.
getting excited because he's playing with his hair. No, but everyone, thank you again for being here. Friday we'll be back. We'll be talking about PTSD, seeking help and recovering from it. I know that we shared a little bit. We shared a lot more stories Monday, and I'm sure this is what we're going to continue doing. And Fun Fact Friday. What's Bams's? What was the other one? I mean, Oodie Loop was a good one too. I forgot what we said on Monday. Oh, SMEAC, yeah. But we'll talk about that on Monday. Jay, can you pull up the wheel so we can. JJ did Time Buckle, Marine Zombie. Hell yeah, that's a great one, man. Yeah, thank you, Marine Zombie. Thank you for being here. This is the new time, 6 a.m. In the morning for me, 8, 9 a.m. depending on where you are, Central or Eastern. And if we do a $10 gift card for everyone that's here, that's participated, and we add them to the list. So if anyone's streaming, if you want to be added, let us know about it. Jay, do you mind if you add Seville with a C? Charlieville, Seville.
Raj.
Yep. Pumunda, yeah. First time Pumanda being here. Appreciate you. If I'm wrecking this, I apologize. He said, "Dog had to catch a stream."
Spell it?
PH. Let me see. Yeah. You need. Okay. Yeah, that's good enough. That's good enough. We know what we're talking about. Yeah. Marine Zombie. Leaky. Shooter. Man, thank you for being here, everyone. And we're gonna be running this. If anyone wins, we'll definitely let you know. And basically, we need to get you to send in your email to Miss Plum so she can send you your winnings. Do we have Bex D in there? I don't see Bex D, but she be here.
The wheel. I want to be on the wheel. Put me on the wheel.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm just leaving work. This is why I said I wouldn't be able to come.
I know. I'm sorry. We love you. We gonna hang out right after though.
We love you.
I have to wake up at 2:30 to go back to work at 4:30.
So we won't hang out. You better not be on your phone.
I just got off of work. That's what I'm saying. I probably won't get home till 7:30. It's gonna be annoying. So, I love you guys. I wanted to come by. There's so many people here. That's good. We love it. You love it. This time change is a good thing.
It's good to see you, Pooh.
I know.
Spin this fucking wheel, bro. I'm trying to see.
Spin that. Where we go?
Yeah.
It won't open. I can't even watch. I can't even watch.
Man, she's cool.
Okay, it's open. Okay.
Ah. How do you do that?
Oh! Make your
Definitely worth it.
Oh.
Yes.
I really didn't want to be on the wheel. I have to do that next time.
All right, guys, take care. God bless you. See you Friday.
See
Bye.
Yeah.
Seeking help and recovery on Friday, guys.
Yay!
Yo, Limp, don't go anywhere. I want to talk to you for a little bit before you go.
Nope.
Love y'all. See you Friday. Pooh, get some sleep. Love y'all.
Love you, bye.
Peace
Wait,
out.
stop what you're doing right now and check this out.
Our mission at My Veteran Passion, MVP, is to elevate awareness of veterans' mental health. Through both physical and virtual platforms, we empower our nation's warriors and continue the battle against veteran suicide to ensure a smooth transition for veterans into civilian life while preserving the camaraderie they cherished during their service. Through diverse events, social and virtual gatherings, we provide connections, resources, benefits, and education.
Got one.
And as I've
Strong bodies harbor resilient minds. Your support unleashes the true potential